Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to begin with top 50 MCQs on English for any kind of banking exams. Okay, so fully exam focused, important questions and our what? Boost your score. Yes, to improve your vocabulary, to improve your grammar. Yes, so now let's start with top 50 MCQs, and this is a series. We'll be beginning with 10 questions with each of the classes. Yes, so now let's begin with the very first class of top 50 MCQs. The first question is choose the correct option. Okay, the first question is choose the correct option. Neither the principal nor the teachers dash willing to take responsibility for the incident. Okay, so neither the teacher nor the teachers dash willing to take responsibility for the incident. So here is what? Neither or nor. Yes, subject is what? Principal, teachers. Okay, so whenever there is a rule, whenever we use either or whenever we use neither nor, then what happens? Then we have to check before placing the verb what is the subject. If the subject is singular, then verb will be what? Then verb will be singular verb. Okay, and if the subject is plural, then we have to place the plural verb. So this question is based on what kind of topic? This question is based on subject verb agreement. This question is based on subject verb agreement topic. Okay, so now let's look at the options. Was, is, are, has been. Neither the principal nor the teachers dash willing to take the responsibility for the incident. So the answer is what? Answer is are. Why? Because before placing the verb, the subject is what? Plural, teachers, plural. Yes, so that is why answer will be what? Answer will be are. All right. So now just check the explanation. When subjects are joined by neither nor, the verb agrees with the subject nearest to it. So the nearest subject is what? Teachers, plural. Neither the principal nor the teachers. So before placing the verb, the subject is what? Subject is in plural form. That is why plural subject, plural verb. Singular subject, singular verb. Just check what is the nearest subject. Okay, in what form the nearest subject is. Okay, next question is what? Next question is on error detection. Error detection. I have already written the topics on what basis I have brought the questions, so that it becomes easier for you all to actually understand the question is based on what. Okay, so identify the part containing the error. So there are 4 parts of the sentence given in 4 options. You have to find out which part contains the error. Okay, first part is what? One of my friends have gone to Delhi for an interview last week. So one of my friends, it means among all my friends, one of them. Yes, one of them is, so I'm talking about one, it means what? Singular. Singular person, singular subject. Amongst all the friends, one of my friends, I'm talking about what? So B has the error. Verb will not be have. Verb will not be have. It will be what? It will be what? It will be has. Yes. So have gone to Delhi has the error because subject is one, which is singular. It means among all my friends, one of them has gone to Delhi for an interview last week. Okay. So instead of have, we'll be placing what? Has. Okay. Next is what? Next question is based on active and passive voice. Choose the correct passive form. They will complete the project by next month. They will complete the project by next month. Option R, the project was completed by next month. The project will have completed by next month. The project will be completed by next month. The project is completed by next month. So what is the answer? Answer is what? The project will be completed by next month. Okay, so will be completed is the correct passive form that we have to put. Explanation is what? That by next month. Yes, the project by next month. So whenever there is by next month, it means what? It means in future the project will be completed. So that is why it is what? Future indefinite. Yes, it means simple future tense. We also call it as future indefinite. Likewise, whenever we say present indefinite, it means simple present tense. Past indefinite means simple past tense. Okay, so here active is what? Subject plus will and the first form of verb. Yes, the verb will be in the normal first form of verb, but whenever we are talking about passive, we will always be using third form of verb. Third form of verb will be used always for passive, and always in the passive form, first the object will be placed and then there will be because we are talking about what? Simple future tense or future indefinite, and the verb will be what? Verb will be in the third form of verb, and rest by next month is already there. Okay? Okay. Next question is on preposition. Next question is on preposition. Choose the correct option. The train arrived dash the station exactly on time. The train arrived at the station, on the station, in the station, by the station. Which will be the correct preposition? The correct will be option number A, at the station. We use at which specific points or places. So when do we use at preposition? Whenever we are talking about specific place, specific point. So the train arrived at the station. Yes, station is mentioned there. That is why we are putting at. All right. Now moving on to direct and indirect speech. He said, I have finished my work. Okay. So direct speech means what? Exactly the words. Exactly the words by the speaker is quoted. By the speaker is quoted here. Yes. So he said that he finished his work. Now, whenever we are quoting the exact words here and then transferring this direct speech to indirect speech, how do we do that? He said that he finished his work. He said that he had finished his work. He said that he has finished his work. He said that he was finishing his work. Okay? And here already it is given in past tense. Yes, so now we cannot put continuous, past continuous tense. Yes, so what will be the answer here? What will be the answer? Answer is B, that he said that he had finished. Why had? Because have is there, we have to transform to had, and present perfect to past perfect in the indirect speech. Yes or no? Whenever the sentence is in present perfect, we have to do it in past perfect. Clear? So have finished will be had finished. Then moving on to the article usage, choose the correct option. She is dash honest officer. So now articles usage is, once already we know that vowels, in front of vowels we'll be using what? N. Yes, vowels are what? A, E, I, O, U. We all know that. Yes, A, E, I, O, U. Also those words that sound vowels. Clear? Words that sound vowel or that has vowel sound. Yes. So then there also will be using N. Yes. Now the word is honest. We all know that here is what? H is silent. We pronounce it as honest. That is why we'll be placing what? An honest officer. So she is an honest officer is the answer. All right. So explanation, honest begins with a silent H producing a vowel sound, an honest officer. Next is what? Tense. That by the time the guests arrived, we dash dinner. By the time the guests arrived, we dash dinner. We finished dinner, we have finished, we had finished, we were finishing dinner. So it means by the time the guests arrived, we dash dinner. So we are talking about a particular time frame. So we have to what? Had finished, because two actions in the past. Two actions in the past. I'm talking about two actions. It means by the time the guests arrived. So it was what? ED is there. So already I'm talking about one past actions. And before that, what we were doing? We were doing our dinner. So by the time the guests arrived, what did we do? We had finished. The earlier action takes past perfect. Past perfect means we'll be talking about two past actions. Okay. And the earlier past actions. The recent past action is what? The guests arrived. This is the recent past action, and before that what we were doing? Yes, had finished. Yes, had finished dinner. So whenever we talk about two past actions, the recent past we're not talking, we're talking about we are talking about the past action that is before the recent past action. Okay, so we had finished dinner before the guests arrived. Okay, next is what? Question on modal verb. Question on modal verbs. Okay, there is a category of modal verbs. Now just check the question. You dash wear a helmet while riding a motorcycle. You dash wear a helmet while riding a motorcycle. You can wear a helmet, you might wear, you must wear, you would wear. What will be the answer? The answer is what? Answer is must, because it is a rule. Yes or no? For our safety purpose. So must expresses obligation or necessary or safety. Yes. So that is why you must wear a helmet. So we use such modal verbs. Okay. So now moving on to a question on vocabulary, that is one word substitution. A person who can speak many languages is called what? A person who can speak many languages is called what? Is called as polyglot. Okay, linguistic, we do not say him linguistic, or orator or scholar, we tell him as polyglot. Okay, a person who knows many languages. Polyglot, a person who knows and speaks several languages, is known as polyglot. Okay, next is error detection. Okay, this is an advanced question. Clear? Just check. All the parts of the questions are given here in 4 different parts. Now just check where is the error. Hardly had I reached the station when the train had left, then my friend called me. Hardly had I reached the station when the train had left, then my friend called me. What will be the answer? You have to find the error from each of these options. Okay, what is the answer? Answer is then my friend called me. Why? The correct would be what? The correct pair is what? Hardly had I reached the station when my friend called me. Yes, what was there in the question? Hardly had I reached the station when the train had left, then my friend called me. This will be wrong. We have to use what? Hardly had I reached the station when my friend called me. Now here hardly and when is the word pair. Hardly and when is the word pair. We refer in English such word pairs in collocation. Okay, I hope you must have watched my class regarding collocation where we study a lot of word pairs there. So whenever we talk about hardly, always we use when. So we begin with hardly and in the middle of the sentence we write when. Okay, so whenever the use of hardly is there, always when will be there. More such words are scarcely, then also we'll be using when here. Okay, hardly, when, scarcely, when. So these are some word pairs. I already have a recorded class on these collocation where I taught about the word pairs. I hope you must have watched that class. Yes, so these were some 10 questions that we have begun with the very first class of this series of top 50 MCQs on banking. Okay, for banking exams. Yes, and any other exams you are upcoming with. So now this series will be based on English. So today 10 questions on various different topics, and in the next section recorded video we will be getting 10 questions. So likewise we'll be continuing with 50, 100 and so on. Yes, so thank you everyone. Have a nice day ahead. See you in the next video. Until then, keep studying and keep working hard.